Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all the participants from different time zones across the globe. Sneha Sadan College of Special Education, Angamaly, in collaboration with Rehabilitation Council of India, cordially welcome you to the inaugural ceremony of the 3 days international webinar series on social security and legal aspects in disability rehabilitation. We are greatly honored and beyond happy to have Dr. Sabu Thomas, Honorable Vice Chancellor, MG University, Kottayam, here today to inaugurate this program.
Very good morning to all of you.
Good morning, sir.
Respected Reverend Dr. Father Paul Kaitotungal, the principal of Sneha Sadan College, Dr. Sister Jessa Gray, CMC, Sister Joshi Maria, CMC, Dr. Nikita, CEO and President, SASR New Delhi, Mrs. Elizabeth David, Minnie Thomas, all the distinguished faculties, speakers, students, and all my dear friends and colleagues. Let me first congratulate Dr. Jessa Grace in organizing such a marvelous international conference on security and legal aspects in disability and rehabilitation. And I wish all the best for the conference. With all your permission, I declare that the International Conference on Social Security and Legal Aspects in Disability and Rehabilitation has been inaugurated. And I wish all the best for the conference.
Our chief guest of the day, Dr.Nitika Mendiratta. With immense pleasure, I invite Dr. Nikita to address the gathering.
Thank you, ma'am, for the kind introduction. Respected Father Dr. Paul, Honorable Dr. Sabu Thomas, Sister Dr. Jisa Grace, Sister Maria, Mrs. Elizabeth, Mrs. Bobby, and everyone on this online dais. Namaste and a very good morning. Each year, Sneha Sadan College of Special Education addresses some of the most pressing issues for the field of disability rehab. And I've been honored to join you a number of times. So I know how dynamic this forum is and how it leads to various meaningful deliberations. So I thank you once again for making me a part of this August gathering, and more so for a webinar that addresses a conversation that is long overdue. I'm pleased to see the topics that have been shortlisted for the discussions during the course of 3 days, and also very, very pleased to see representatives not just from abroad, but also across our country to bring forth the diversity of our nation. The oldest institution of social security is the family. That includes joint family system of India. But modernization and the socioeconomic changes have kind of led to an erosion of joint family system, thereby kind of disturbing this institution of social security. However, families are likely to be overprotective and reinforce a sense of dependence in caring for a child with disability, which can make it difficult for children to develop skills that are needed for self-determination and resilience. To my understanding, the purpose of all social security measures is to give those individuals and families the confidence that their standard of living will not decline by any form of eventuality, and also to provide medical care and income security, to provide protection against unemployment, to promote job creation, and provide benefits for maintenance of their children. And the Indian system of governance is decentralized to state governments. So thus the social protection programs are kind of administered at the state level. And below the state governments are devolved administrative units at districts, blocks, and village level. And then at the village level, there are local authorities with elected village councils that are headed by panchayats. So while many disability NGOs like Sneha Sadan have links in public agencies, but they are predominantly related to service delivery and kind of less relevant for advocacy and decision making around policy. So although India has a very, very strong civil society with NGOs and disabled people organizations that have successfully lobbied in the past for increase in value of disability benefits, but the awareness of disability issues among the government officials and the capacity of states is generally low. And that is where the suggestion of Dr. Thomas and Father Paul of documenting and recording the deliberations and the recommendations that come out of this program would highly be essential for to aid us in building the capacity of our state. India has an extremely complex social protection system, and most effective strategy, I believe, would be mainstreaming of the existing social security programs in order to include individuals with disabilities in these programs. And based on international best practices, India must also harness the resources available under various ministries, departments, and schemes. And I'm very confident that this webinar will bring out concrete recommendations, not just for improving the social protection of persons with disabilities in general, but also more specifically for women with disabilities, for elderly with disabilities, and individuals with high support needs, for providing them a life of dignity. I congratulate and thank everyone for participating in this international webinar, and also to Sneha Sadan for organizing this program to not just provide a better understanding of how people with disabilities are supported through services, schemes, and provisions across the system, but also in a way encourage us to take forth the conversation and employ our active interest for seeking greater measure of welfare and happiness for persons with disabilities. I thank you once again for making me a part of this program, and I look forward to the deliberations of the 3 days. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for sharing your wisdom. We greatly appreciate your presence and time, ma'am. And we can't wait to listen to your session. Thank you, ma'am.